Samuel Marlowe. Sometimes with an E at the end of Marlowe, sometimes with no E. Samuel Marlowe was the first black private investigator licensed west of the Mississippi River.
That's a phrase that's going to come up a lot in this episode.
It was like we were the only thing west of the Mississippi. It was this, and then there was like
Los
two
Angeles used to be huge.
and the Americans came over. Remember the Alamo?
Alamo. Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
I mean, my dad was Daniel Boone, so so I can make that joke.
Marlowe was born in August of 1890 in Montego Bay, Jamaica. He served in Britain's Egyptian Expeditionary Force, a World War fighting brigade that guarded the Suez Canal. After the war, Marlowe immigrated to the U.S., settling in Los Angeles. When he got here, he lived near West Adams and 7th and Jefferson Boulevard, and he had a lot of different jobs. He was a real estate insurance agent as well as a handyman. He worked construction. He worked for a mortgage company. Marlowe also had a bit role in the 1933 film, am I reading this wrong? King Kong? He was
Really? Who was he?
He was a warrior in the scene that has Fay Ray.
Of course.
Yeah, and where she gets captured by the natives.
One of the offensive characters.
Yeah, that's you. Oh, you remembered him.
I remember him.
See, I can't find too much information about this. They say that he helped found kept calling it the Old Black Actors Screen Guild, but it might just be the Black Actors Screen Guild, or it might just be SAG, the Screen Actor Guild. It also said he helped form the Universal Negro Improvement Association under Marcus Garvey's guide, but I can't find his name anywhere in that stuff. They were headquartered at the Hollywood Professional Building from 1938 to 1956. There isn't much known about Marlowe other than the official documents like birth certificates and the job ads he put out, but it is known that he had a love for Black Mask magazine, which put out really great pulp stories. It's where Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler got their start, and a lot of other really great writers. I don't know at which point he decided to give the work of a private investigator a chance. Here's the ad which he put out in the California Eagle in July of 1927.
California Eagle, which is the newspaper from Central Avenue.
That Carlotta Bass, was in charge of. Okay, 1927, July 1st, California Eagle. S.B. Marlowe Detective Agency. The S.B. Marlowe Detective Agency of this city throws light on the crime wave by sending out a letter to the lawyers of California which states, there is no job too large and none too small for us to handle. Robberies, murders, arson, embezzlement, kidnapping, domestic and divorce evidences. Undercover work. We have separate departments for each line of work, male and female trained operators to handle all cases that may arise. A trial is what we ask, and we know that your future work will be given us. Consultation free, all work confidential. According to Louise Ransel, the Hollywood executive, Marlowe corresponded frequently with two of my favorite and everyone's favorite writers, like I said, Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler. He would write them, he would read their stories in Black Mask magazine, he would send them letters, and I think from what they understand, he was sending them suggestions and corrections about real life details. So they are sort of inferring that he has influenced Sam Spade of the Maltese Falcon, which might be partly based on Sam Marlowe, as is Chandler's go-to fictional PI, Philip Marlowe.
So they just like split his name, like you get the first name.
I don't know if they had that meeting. If you remember, Raymond Chandler's Farewell My Lovely opens on Central Avenue, the African-American nightclub strip in South LA, where Marlowe may have been hired to keep an eye on Hollywood actors for some fun. Ransel believes Marlowe worked for Hollywood studios throughout the 30s through the 50s. The Gumshoe, Samuel Marlowe, died in July of 1991 at the age of 100.
1991?
Yeah.
We were alive at the... Well, I mean, I'm really young.
I was born in 2009.
I'm very precocious.
There has to be more
Change
out there.
my diaper.
I seriously got to burp me if I want to keep talking.
I'm precocious in some ways, others not so much.
I'm sure there's a lot more out there, but as far as his time as a private investigator, there's just not much. We'll find out when the CW puts out the show that they're working on right now based on Sam Marlowe. So that's what I got on Sam Marlowe and Pete Briggs.
They're not
Pete
really
Briggs.
doing that, are they?
Yeah.
They're working on a show based on Sam Marlowe?
Well, it's in the works. That's what I keep reading. It's in the works, yeah.
Huh. I'll watch that show.
I'd watch the S word out of that.